What's going on, my crew? This is Jay, and welcome to another episode of Jay's Adventures. And today we're going to be working on the wall. As you guys can see, I've done a little bit of work. Had kind of a busy week. I told you guys that I'd have some time, but and I did. But I went ahead and I started working on the wall, and a lot got done. I'm actually really happy with how much got done here. I had a few things come up and things like that I needed to get to that I didn't intend to. But I'm actually really excited about everything that got done here today. Or not today, this week. Let's start off with the wall, of course, is the most important part. We've got a pretty decent wall going that I'm actually really proud of and really enjoyed building. We've got a little bit of these funky things that we're going to have to deal with, but once the wall's done, the only thing that will happen on top of it is building on top of it, potentially. But more importantly, I think what's going to end up happening isn't building on top of it, but rather building things on the outside. I didn't do much with the garden. I said that I might expand it, but one of the things I was noticing is these little patches of grass are growing in because the villagers or the chickens or something like that are jumping on top of it. So every once in a while we may have to fix some of the grass parts and replant things, which is fine because that's part of the real world process. Is sometimes you don't get the whatever you want to call it, the full harvest. Birds will eat seeds and things like that, so you gotta compensate for that. Give me that egg. So yeah, we got all this stuff, and I went ahead and I built a south gate. That's north, that's south. So we got a south gate and a north gate. The south gate here is a little bit better and what I kind of want for the north gate there. And all this is going to be, I'm probably going to fill this in right out here. But this, to me, is going to be the actual, I'm thinking of having, I guess you could call it the outside area right here where the town actually is. Of course, we've got this space over here that I really want to make farmland, but where the market and all the fun stuff is going to be right around in this area, shops and things, which brings me to the next point. So let's start getting to work on this. That was a weird sentence. So that we can talk about what this city is going to have. Last time I talked about shops and things like that in different professions and all of that are important to a society, and some of them that we don't even really realize or recognize the importance of something in a earlier society, medieval society in specific, but also in societies in the past. And what's different about... I'm looking for a crafting bench. I know I always have trouble with this. There's one. What I'm understanding as I sort of move along in this and learn more and more about different things is this particular society isn't going to have shops. The reason why it's not going to have shops is because it's communal. People aren't going to buy swords if the government issues swords. When you join the army, you're going to get a sword. You're going to go serve the army. And it doesn't matter what your income is. You have to serve the army, just like in Sparta. Very communal based. Is that correct? No. Opposite. Very communal based. Not necessarily to be equated with communism necessarily, because communism is different. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Of course, this right here, I think... Oh, that's going to be difficult. Oh, that's not supposed to even be there, though. No wonder. Okay. Communism is different because where things are communal, it's for the benefit of all, whereas here, there's one king, and you're serving the king. You're not serving um, the government as a whole, if you will, if that makes sense. Kind of the same thing, but not on a deeper, more philosophical level. It's not the same. Where I guess is the best way to describe it. Communism, this would be for the people, whereas if this what it is right now, a monarchy, oligarchy, well, not oligarchy, sorry, despotism. This is happening not for the people, but for the king. It's not supposed to benefit the people in any way, shape, or form. It's supposed to only benefit the king and just the king's subjects. So, not everybody. But anyways, leaving government and philosophy aside, oh, my nose is really itchy. I'm starting to think I might be needing allergies. I might be needing allergies in my life. No, I think I have allergies going on, and I need to nip that at the bud by getting and taking some allergy medicine before I have some problems. Alright, so let's... we can't do that. I think... Oops. This is why I invented this. I think I'm going to need to get some wooden stairs. Yikes. Doesn't look like we got a lot of pine going for us. Alright. That's a few. Let's hit the hay. You can only sleep at night. Well, guess what? It's almost night. Might as well count. I got a root beer from Trader Joe's. I won't name what it is, but it's delicious. One of my favorite drinks is root beer, and I absolutely love this root beer. The only thing I would like a little bit more, which I don't think it has, root beer, in my opinion, that's made well, is made with aged vanilla. And aged vanilla gives it a little bit more of a creamy taste, in my opinion. And I just enjoy it more. But update on my bees. Probably some of you guys are wondering. My bees, unfortunately, have passed away. I guess you could call it that. They are not all technically dead yet, but I did order more bees online, and I found out what happened. Now, it's a little bit gross, but it is what it is, and unknowingly, I made it so that they basically drowned in their own feces. They have what's called an insulated cover, and in that insulated cover, they have a hole where they can leave and do what's called cleansing flights. Cleansing flights are very important during the winter because they go out of the hive in the brutal cold and, well, poop. So if you don't have those doors, they can't go out to do the cleansing flights when it's warm. By warm, I mean 20, 30, 40 degrees. And then they die from dysentery. For those of you that don't know, dysentery is basically a diarrhea that you don't really recover from very well. You can, but it's something that a lot of people used to get back in the medieval times and things like that, you'd get dysentery, and you'd have to... really, honestly, with modern science, we understand that a lot of water, dirty water, can give you dysentery, and a lot of times I think the people that die from dysentery really die from dehydration. But, you know, it's basically chronic diarrhea. And that's what they died from, a lot of them. Because the bee door at the bottom was blocked with dead bees that had died from cold and things like that. But these bees in particular just died from that, because the door at the bottom was blocked. The insulated cover was put on upside down, therefore they could not use the insulated cover on the top. Made me very sad and very frustrated, because it was caused by something that I did, a mistake that I made, and cost me a lot of money, because bees are not cheap. Well, one bee is cheap, but 10,000 bees are not cheap, which is what you have to buy. And yeah, it was very frustrating. So I, of course, went and bought some more bees for myself, and I will be installing those bee packages, that's what we call it, in a couple weeks, and then I will have bees again, who hopefully will not die from dysentery and the like. It's very sad, very disappointing, but it's one of those things where when you take up a hobby, you learn. You learn to do things and not do things. So just gotta keep moving, gotta keep going. And the other thing that I wanted to let you guys know, not related to bees, is my GTA Let's Play. So it's with a friend. His name is Point Blank. I've played with him in the past before, but I've named it The Adventures of PB&J. Afterwards, I realized that that was a TV show. I don't know if it's called The Adventures of PB&J or whatever, but their names were Peanut Butter and Jelly, and that's sort of what we're going off of. But the truth is that it's Point Blank and J. So if there's something that comes up where there's trouble or something like that, I guess I would have to change the name to Point Blank and J. Varuk also showed me, apparently there's a guy who's already got a show called The Adventures of PB and J, which is his name, in-game name on something. I didn't actually see what that was, but his in-game name on a game he's playing, but he's playing it with other people, so I think I could get away with that just fine. But it is something you have to think about as a Let's Player, is, you know, how do we work this? How do we make it workable? And how do we please the population, I guess, without, you know, catchy names. That's the important part here. I can get rid of this, put this up. Switching up these energies here so that they're a little more neutral, and this one right here can go like this, even though we kind of got a little bit of a weird thing right there. But this will do that, and this will do that. Alright. Perfect. So yeah, things are looking up. Things are going really well. I'm really happy with the way this last week went, even though I was kind of busy and at points some things came up. I was able to get you guys episodes almost every day. I missed one. That was because one night I was just way too tired to render the video, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time trying to just throw together a video when really honestly I could just wait and put the video up next week. So it was NBA 2K. Sorry to you guys that watch NBA 2K that you missed it. But we'll get that episode to you guys soon. Next week. But it's the weekend. Happy weekend. Weekend's over. Sorry. I'm in a mood of thinking that I'm like filming Ethlyn still. It is not the weekend. You guys have already seen that NBA 2K episode. It is a weekday. I hope you guys are enjoying some nice weather. I know I am here. It's finally sunny. We went through a time of like no sun and craziness. Great. I locked myself in the wall. Rain, cold weather, grossness, and finally there's sun and warmth, and oh man, does it feel good. More importantly, it feels good to smell like outdoors. Okay, so we've got, oh, right. Yes. Check it out. I made a nether portal out here, and you'll notice it's kind of hidden. And the reason for that is that I wanted to show, or keep this portal kind of hidden. And I wanted it to pop up and for these guys to eventually discover it when they start moving out. And place the new temple right on top of it. Which is going to cause some things to happen in the future. I won't say what. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode, you guys. I'm going to continue to work on the wall off camera. Next episode, we'll be working on getting some other things done. I think I've got enough episodes to get me through the week for this. But if I don't, I'll just wait and record it later. But right now, I'm very happy with the way this town is looking. This little village. And the town scribe here is agreeing with me. But that's going to do it. Until next time, happy mining and crafting.